Sorry about that, y'all. An alarm went off. I'm about to mash this together because, yeah, I don't have time to redo all that. But like I was saying, I got the anchor incision just because there was more work that had to be done. It wasn't just a simple lift or a simple take a few pieces of tissue out and sew her back up. It was very much, it was a job, honey. I went in, I believe my appointment time or my surgery was scheduled for 12:30. I did not get home until 8 p.m. So that should let you know the surgery is supposed to take 2 to 3 hours. I think it took somewhere around 4 because I feel like the time that I remember when I got home, it was like 8 o'clock. So I had to have been in surgery till at least 4 o'clock. So from, I want to say, let's say from 1 to 4, I was in surgery. Right? So, in how much they took out of each breast, I lost a total of 20 pounds. When I got home and a couple days later I stepped on a scale, I was 20 pounds lighter. So that means they either removed 5 from each breast or 10 from one and 5 from the other, or a combination of that. That's how much breast tissue I was carrying around on my chest. So when people ask me, well, why did you get it done? Oh, Corinne, you didn't need to get it done. Yes, I did. I was carrying around 20 or more pounds on my chest. My breasts are still very full, and some of that is from swelling, but some of that is just literally from how much breast tissue they were still able to leave to give me that cup. Like, I had enough breast tissue to create the bra size that I envisioned or the doctor thought was appropriate for my body shape. It was bad. Like, I was down bad. Like, I just want people to understand I was down bad. So I lost 20 pounds. The only thing, I don't have any like problems with my body. I didn't really have any problems with my body. It's not because I wanted to look a certain way. I just wanted to feel better because it is very heavy, and psychologically speaking, it's very hard to deal with having large breasts. Like I mentioned in the podcast, people not looking at your face, men being super extra unnecessarily sexual with you for no fucking reason, getting in the middle of people's relationship and you just standing over here to the side minding your business. And now you causing arguments and issues and concerns for people that's in relationships. Baby, I done left all that behind. I done left all that on the table because it was a lot and I had to deal with that for a long time. But we ain't got to do that no more. So it's cute for me. So yeah, I did lose 20 pounds. I do not expect that to be the experience for everybody because I was an extreme case. So there's extremities. So with a breast reduction, you can anticipate to lose, I would say, 5 pounds max. 20 pounds definitely is not going to be everybody's story. I would just happen to be blessed that it equaled up to about 20 pounds of breast tissue that they removed from both breasts. Mind you, again, one was bigger than the other. So again, how much they took from either is a little bit different. But yeah, so now, my gut is a little bit out. It's more out. I have a waist now, whereas before you could not see that I had a waist, but I do have a waist. So now I just got to get my gut together, but it's fine because my gut was there before I got this done. So she gonna be there probably after. It's cute. It's fine for me. But yeah, so I lost that weight and I feel 10 times better. My neck, shoulders, back are not nearly as extreme as it was before. I will say, moving more so into the recovery talk of the video, I will say if you are going to get this surgery, to maybe start prepping your shoulders more, like doing maybe if you have CBD products, start loosening up that situation, icy hot, just to start loosening it up, because when you get out of the surgery, a lot of your movement, once you do start to become more mobile, is going to come from your elbow area and your shoulder. It's not going to come from your chest anymore because that is kind of healing and will need to be, rebuilt over time. So you're not going to be using your chest muscles and your core and stuff like that to get up like you were before. And I didn't even know that's how much I was using it until I got this the fuck done. And I was like, oh shit, I wish somebody had told me that. So definitely hit yourself with some icy hot a couple weeks before, a couple days before, so that those muscles start to loosen up and you can relax. Because like I said, the first couple days was like hell up in my neck area because a lot of my movement was coming from that, my shoulders and my elbows. So I did have to rub them down a couple times because baby, them things was on fire, like trying to, you know, hold yourself up, push yourself up from your shoulders and your elbows a lot of the times. One of the things that I do not particularly care for is sleeping on my back. I don't like it. I hate it here. Would I do it again? Absolutely. So knowing I had to sleep on my back, yeah. But that's very uncomfortable for me because I'm a side sleeper. I'm not really a on my stomach sleeper per se, but I really like to lay on my side, and it's very uncomfortable to do that right now, even with a pillow. So I will say one of the things that you do need to purchase or make sure you have extra pillows, so you can kind of prop yourself up, you know, and keep yourself comfortable. My son, in his room, he has a lot of blankets and stuff. He always likes to be covered in blankets, so I wound up sleeping in there one night. And baby, when I tell you I was so comfortable and I fell right asleep, because in my room I don't have all them blankets and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, I love it here. Haven't slept there since, but it was more comfortable to be surrounded by things that are fluffy because your body is tired, and you have to train yourself. So I am getting a little bit better at sleeping on my back, but that is the worst thing about the surgery. I'm not in any type of pain. If anything, there's more soreness and just like tightness around this area. So up here, my titties literally are on my clavicle because they're swollen. They're trying to adjust. From what I've been told, they won't drop for like at least 6 months to a year. So again, my titties will literally be sitting up here just because they're trying to figure themselves out. I can't wait till they drop. I think they're going to be perfect once they drop. I think, like I said, he left the perfect amount of weight in them. My nipple is cute and they work. So I'm excited. I'm not going to show y'all, but I'm excited, you know, to see what this looks like. Also, pain medication. I did not take the pain medication that was given to me. I personally don't feel like they should prescribe it to everybody, or they should ask, because I could have left it at the pharmacy. I didn't use it. I still have it. I wasn't in that much pain. Even when I came home and I was done being groggy, I really didn't have that much pain. It was just soreness and tightness. It's like kind of feels what it is now, but maybe 5 more times worse. But it still wasn't at its worst when I first came home. Was not anywhere near where I needed a opioid for. So I just took a leave, and I took a leave. So if I felt like I was in pain or I was hurting too much, I just took a leave and it was fine. It went away. I will say, make sure you take your antibiotics. A lot of people are like, I don't want to take it. It makes me sick. Take the fucking antibiotics because it will help. It does help you go to the bathroom, and it does lessen the amount of infection that you could potentially get. I kind of fucked up on my antibiotics, so I had to take them longer than I was supposed to because I forgot over the weekend when I first came home, because you're still kind of groggy and coming out of the anesthesia. But once I was like together, I was taking it. So I did finish it. I haven't had any problems. My incision site, my incisions are cool. I do have scarring. I don't really have any keloiding as of yet. I still have a lot of the invisible suture and tape stuff still on me. Like the hospital tape is still on me. That's another thing I'm going to talk about. Showering. I did not shower for 2 weeks. And I know that sounds fucking crazy as fuck, but I did whole bath it. But I didn't get all the way in the shower because I know a lot of girls were saying, well, oh, I got in the shower and I just turned around. But because of the tape that they use a special incision or wound vac for my incisions. So I couldn't get in the shower because it was connected to electrical stuff. So I could only whole bath. So I did not get in the shower for 2 weeks. I just kind of like washed up as best I could at the sink because I couldn't really lift my arms up until like 4 days in anyway. So that was the worst of it. But yeah, the first shower was not fun. Showering is not the same, obviously, because I can't twist, turn the way that I want or give the same amount of vigor to scrubbing things the way that I could, or get to things. So I will recommend that you do get a shower scrubber, because you're not going to be able to reach certain stuff the way you want to get it. Because have I been in the shower? Yes, but it's not the shower that I'm used to. It won't be that way until at least February, but that's all right, because I'm still going to take showers. This video is getting long as shit, y'all. This is going to be 2 parts. So it's going to be 2 parts. So the shower is not the same. It depends on the drains that you get. Most case scenario, you're probably going to get the regular drains if they're needed, where they pump them. My doctor felt like it was medically necessary for me to have the wound vac because I'm a plus size woman, and making sure my skin and everything adhered the way that it should. But that's not everybody's case. Most people just get the regular drains if they get any drains, just because their skin can probably handle that situation. I feel like I had a lot of trouble with my C-section, so I think when I told him that, he was like, yeah, let's just take it up a notch with wound care. And that was fine because, like I said, I didn't have to touch it. I didn't have to clean it or anything. I basically just left that on there. It pumped for 7 days, and I took it off. And I just had a cord hanging. And then when I went in for my visit, or my first visit, he took all of the tape and stuff off of me, and the wounds were perfect. So scarring, again, I have not had any keloiding yet or anything like that. I don't anticipate that. I don't think my skin really keloids, not from my understanding of it. Even when I got my C-section scar is pretty much, people don't even know I had a C-section. That's how good that scar is. Like, I have clearly not seen it in some time, but you wouldn't even know I had a C-section. So I don't necessarily think my skin will keloid, but I do have some products. So the OG of what everybody is saying for your scars is bio oil, so I do have that. Then I also purchased a silicone scar gel, so this will go on once a month out. Right now I'm using my anointing oil. So if you are not familiar with me, I make spiritual products, and my anointing oil is a healing oil, if you will. So I've been using that on my breasts, which makes them feel so much better. And I have been using Neosporin on my actual incision sites after a shower, and they're dry and everything. And then I put some just regular gauze, nothing really fluffy, but just to cover so it's not rubbing up against the fabric. And underneath here, where there is somewhat of a crease because I'm a bigger girl, but it's not to the point where it was before, where literally my titties would be out here, and then there's so much, nothing under here. It's just but sweat and moisture. I don't have that anymore, so I'm happy for that. I will say you do need to purchase some bras. I would say zip front or button up in the front first. I purchased a pack of 3, and yeah, so that's been working out for me. The first time I put it on when I was in the office with him, it's like really tight, but once it's on and it's stretched, they fit fine. It fits perfectly. I got it from Amazon. It was about $24. I have 3 of them. I'll be moving into the second one probably this evening when I take a shower, just so I can give this one a rest. I also have a more sturdier bra that I didn't try on yet, but like I said, my nipples are super sensitive right now, and like everything is like irking them, so I didn't want to put something super aggressive on them, even with the like gauze on them. I was just like, yeah, we're just gonna chill. We'll give that another week or 2 before we try her out. But as far as your bra size, I would say just go ahead and order whatever your shirt size is, because you'll be in what's what I'm looking for? You'll be in sports bras for at least 2 months, 2 to 3 months, before you, or like something like that, like a surgical bra for 2 to 3 months before you can actually wear like a bra. But I think they even say 6 months, because you don't want the wire rubbing up against your incisions. So my incisions go all the way to about here. And they did do some, I want to say they did do a little bit of liposuction over here, so that this part wasn't hanging, which I appreciate. Like, they did get it to where it looks, it makes sense. So my incisions go to about there on both sides. And this one is a little bit more This one is perfect. So I will say he got the right one perfect, but this one over here has a little bit of rippling on the inside part. I don't know if it'll just settle over time. If not, that's fine too, because titties is titties. And I'm just glad that these titties are smaller, so I don't even care. So like I said, it does have some rippling on this particular breast, and it is a little bit not symmetrical to this one. It don't look crazy. They are the same. They're sisters. But this one I did notice had some rippling, and I noticed that even from when I was kind of looking down my, ace bandage. Like, what is one here? But both of them are perfect as far as I'm concerned. So I will say you do have to give them some time to settle, so they won't, like, I'm happy with what they look like right now, but I know, like, once they actually come down and drop into, like, a natural space, I want to be even more pleased. Again, like I said, now you can see more of the waistline that I have, but nobody knew I had because I had big titties. So I will say that it does change your body. Don't expect to, like I said, I'm an outlier because I was so big anyway, that you would lose 20 pounds from getting a breast reduction surgery, because that's not always the case. Like I said, I literally was an outlier. I have really, really big titties. So those are some of the products. I will say, as far as like getting back to certain activities, right now my house is filthy, as far as I'm concerned. And if I say it's filthy, it's probably fucking filthy, because I can't do certain things. So like, I can't, anything where you have to put a whole bunch of pressure, like, wiping something down. I need to mop. Sweeping, I have swept. Sweeping is not that bad, but I just have to take my time with it. But I can't really mop. I can't see myself like taking a bucket, carrying a bucket. You really can't carry anything over 5 pounds or less, really, for the first month or two. Or first, I won't even say first month or two. I would say first month or two. You can't really carry anything. I've had to have my brothers, everybody, help with this trash. Shout out to them. My best friend and my brother have been helping me with the trash. Cameron's been doing an amazing job. He's been doing the best that he can. Cameron really came through because at the same time that I got my breast reduction, I had a period, so I was bleeding. Wild crazy. Right, so he was helping me clean up the toilet, clean up the bathroom and stuff from that explosion. So he's been doing really, really well. As far as what helped me heal, so these are the things that helped me get to where I am now in the first 2 weeks, because some people are still struggling at week 2 or feeling like they just not with it. A lot of sleep. You do need to sleep. I would recommend taking at least 2 to 3 naps a day while you're home. Don't feel the need to sit up or be like, I can't sleep. Still try to lay down and just rest, because the more rest that you get, the faster that this process will happen for you. Also drinking a lot of water during this time. I've been drinking water like crazy. I wasn't drinking the right amount of water, but I try to drink at least 1 or 2 of these a day, and that's like 64 ounces at least of water a day. Also, I did use Aleve. So trying to find a pain management process that does not include opioids, because they make you constipated, and they are addictive. So I used that and it worked for that. Also making sure you have a stool softener. As somebody who was very regular before the surgery, I couldn't go to the bathroom for like 2 days, so I had to start using a stool softener, which helped out. Making sure you have a really good support system. My mom got sick in the time that I got done, so like she was only available to me for like 2 days before she was down bad. So make sure you have backups to your support system. Don't, just because your mom says she can help you or your boyfriend said he gonna help you, don't mean that they really can help you the way that they say they are. So just make sure you have backups to people who can also support you during this time, because it will require you to ask people for help. What else? Also a lot of prayer. I know y'all are not, maybe some of the people who are watching this are not very spiritual, and I understand that. I'm not going to continue to beat y'all in the head with that, but I know that being very intentional with my prayers, reaching out to the people that work with me and fuck with me for real. My ancestors and everybody came through. Like when I said they came through, they came through. Your girl got feeling in her nipples. She did not die on the table. The anesthesia did not take me out, and my healing has been amazing. So prayer is definitely one of the things that has helped me get through this process a little bit quicker than somebody who's maybe not as spiritually as connected or inclined. So even if you're not very spiritual, if you hit a prayer, talk to God while you down, so they can help lift you back up. And this video is 20 minutes, y'all. I feel like I answered everything. If there's something that I did not answer, just let me know. Those products, like I said, I got off Amazon. They're the OG. If you want the link to my anointing oil, it will be below in the description. This video will be in 2 parts because, like I said, I had an alarm. I was going to try to put them together, but since this is at 20 minutes, we're not even doing that. We're not doing her. So, the link to this shirt will be in the bio as well. This is from Very Smart Black Girls. And Toni Morrison is one of my favorite authors and just one of my favorite people in general. So, in case you were interested. And I will see you guys on the next one. And like I said, I'll come back and tell you guys more about the process or the healing process. But I'm only 2 weeks out, so I can only share, I shared with you what I did for the 2 weeks. Driving, shit. Before I get off here, I started driving this week. So in week 2, week 1, I would say you probably can't drive before day 5 or 6, but that also depends on you. By day 4, I could kind of lift my arms up more. So like right now, I can pretty much touch the top of my head without pulling or feeling like, so I could take a shirt on and off, but other stuff I really can't do. But I can drive. Driving is a little bit different. It's just more slower, putting the seatbelt like probably behind me, which is not safe, but it's just easier than it rubbing up against my chest part. But I could drive fine. You know what I mean? My son getting to school, I'm going to work. It's fine. Okay? So, if you have any other questions, go ahead and drop them below. I will be back at some point with an update video. I'm sorry if this video is 20 minutes. I just had to get all this out. Because, again, some of this stuff is not even on the podcast. So, you probably should listen to the podcast and then come back and watch the video. I love you guys. I appreciate your support. I can't wait to show y'all what this journey looks like. And, Happy New Year. Bye.